Hail Internet, I am Lord VikingBeard. Welcome to Freedom Planet, a fast-paced action platformer hugely inspired by 90s era Sonic games. You play one of three cutesy protagonists, Lilac the Dragon, Carol the Cat, or Mia the Puppy, on an adventure trying to retrieve the Kingdom Stone, the source of power for most of the planet, which has been stolen by the dastardly Lord Brevin, a dictator from another world here to take the Kingdom Stone for his own diabolical ends. The story is surprisingly in-depth and reasonably complex, with moments of genuine humour and some extremely dark moments that give it more impact than you might expect. It's pretty good, but not for everybody, and thankfully can be completely ignored, with classic mode for those of you looking to get their teeth into the action. The game is split across several levels, with each having 3 or 4 distinct sections, and depending on difficulty take anywhere from 5 to 20 minutes to beat. There are also a number of bosses per stage, with some really good variety. There is a little bit of reuse, and they actually make sense in the context of the story rather than being lazy rehashes. Playing the different characters also offers some level variety, making it well worth having a playthrough with each. It's nice to see that there is clearly a lot of love poured into the overall design. The visuals are a treat, with extremely busy worlds having details all over and design that often flows from the world's logic. Freedom Planet generally plays great. Controls are tight and extremely varied. All 3 characters have marked differences in playstyle. Speed is the key though, and with practice you can pull off some pretty slick maneuvers, getting you through stages in record time. There are a number of difficulties, changing from a very forgiving casual difficulty to, well, actually pretty frustrating at times when you put it higher. In fact, one of the major issues has to be some pretty insane difficulty spikes, specifically related to bosses. While the game is pretty much a breeze on the lowest difficulty, anything higher often led to some infuriating fights that bring a lightning fast game to a screeching halt. You see, Freedom Planet's greatest strength is its speed. Zooming through levels, blasting through enemies and running up walls, these roadblocks killed the pacing for me, and the unforgiving nature of them was simply not fun to fight. A real shame, as the meat of the game is great fun. There's loads to do and collect, and genuinely appealing speedrunning focus in the background. You can get Freedom Planet for $10.99 on Steam. While I like it and I love what it tries to do, I simply found the boss fights became less and less fun, ruining an otherwise great game. If cheap fights don't bother you, then there's tons to do in Freedom Planet, with loads of content and several difficulty settings. For the rest of you, get it on sale, play through on the casual difficulty to enjoy the great platforming, and avoid the frustration the boss fights would otherwise bring. Farewell, and thanks for watching.